Morgan, and today I wanted to talk about how I went to an anime convention, and this is only like the second one that I've been to post-COVID era. So I really loved going to these when I was like in college time frame. I think they're a lot of fun. And so I went on Friday and I think Sunday, because I didn't go Saturday because I was like too overwhelmed sensory wise. But Friday I went as Zatch Bell, who is like, he was the protagonist of an anime that I really liked when I was like 8 years old or something. And so I was reminded of him because someone wrote a poem that had like the word goddess in it or something, and it made me think of Pretty Penny's song from Zatch Bell, and that reminded me of Zatch Bell. And then I realized I can throw together a cosplay of him with stuff already in my closet, like a couple of thrifted dresses, a wig that I think might have been from my grandma to either me or my sister, and then I gave it like bangs so it wouldn't get in my eyes. And then like I already had the shoes, I already had the socks, and the bow was borrowed from my sister. And then for his like spell book, I used Out of Door book because it's the right kind of like tatty look to it, and it was like the right like reddish color. And then I used like I guess this is kind of like a calligraphy pen to do like the markings on it, and I think it really added to the look, even though I don't think anyone recognized who I was at all, but that's okay. It's kind of an obscure show. But I went as Zatch Bell, so that was a ton of fun. And I went, there were quite a few like panels and stuff. Some of them were ones where it's like, okay, there wasn't anything I really like, how do I put this? It was one of those where I kind of just wanted to sit down and didn't really want to go walking around and doing anything like exciting. I just wanted to sit down for a bit. So I went to some with like my sister that she was really excited for, that it's like, okay, this is fun, but not really my first choice, but I just needed to like wind down. And one thing that I really am happy about this convention having is that they did apparently have a quiet room somewhere, but I had no clue where it was. I could not find it like on any of the maps. I couldn't find signage pointing to it, so I don't know where it was, but it would have been helpful to be able to go to that as needed, just because conventions, they're fun, but they can be a little bit like sensory overwhelm because there's always like so many, like, how do I put this? So many other people around me. So there's lots of sounds. There's lots of exciting stuff visually. It's just a little bit overwhelming. And then I was wearing my mask like the entire time I was there. Like I only ever took it off long enough to just chug water briefly at a couple of points, just because like I need it with my allergens. There's always the issue of like, okay, there's food around and stuff, and so it's like I needed this the entire time. So that was, it's like one thing I love about Fog Mask is it does also filter out smells, which helps with like sensory issues, but it's like, it's a little bit exhausting just because I know it is a little, how do I put this? It's a little bit exhausting to wear this for like multiple hours at a time without any breaks. So that was a little bit, I love Fog Mask, but it can be a little bit like tiring after a while, but it is what it is. I'm grateful for them. And I also love these with a writhing passion. Hunting earmuffs are one of my favorite things of all time, because they just help so much with like, how do I put this? When things are super ultra loud, it can make them less painfully loud, and it also helps to just make it more easy to deal with when there are lots of sounds. It just is wonderful. I love hunting earmuffs. These are one of my favorite things of all time, like ever. So yeah, those were great. Those were very, very helpful. Saturday, like, oh yeah, I forgot, like Friday, I did make the, I'm gonna say like mistake of going to the burlesque show just because it was like so freaking loud. Like it was loud, even with hunting earmuffs, it was just like so terribly loud. And like I had to sit so far back I couldn't see just because I kind of got there a little bit late, so I was clear in the back. And also like I didn't want to be right up next to the speakers, so it's like I could barely see anything and it was super loud and there were all these flashing lights, so it's like, okay, that was a mistake on my part. But I really loved how like they chose like I think an LGBTQIA plus inclusive group to do the burlesque stuff, which I think is really, really, really cool. I think that it is Like, I think that's wonderful. And I also like how they for sure made that 18 plus, so that way, like, how do I put this? I think burlesque is a wonderful art form, but it's not kid friendly. So I really love how they correctly were carding people for that. I thought that was really cool, and that they were also giving like those artists like, I guess, like performance opportunities. Like, I thought that was really cool. But it's like, wow, that was not sensory friendly. That was a mistake on my part to try and attend that. But yeah, so Friday was fun. Saturday I stayed home because I was just exhausted. Like, I was like sensory overloaded. I needed to just stay home on that day, like have a day to recover. And that's something that's a little bit frustrating in life as someone with autism. It's like, okay, I really have to be careful about like making sure to give myself like breaks, like, how do I put this, like calm down periods where it's like, if I've been around a lot of people and a lot of sensory stuff, it's like I need a break, or else like I can't function. And that's something that's just frustrating in life, because I know people who aren't neurodiverse don't face that same level of overwhelm, and it's frustrating knowing that I have greater limitations than a lot of the general public does. It's very, very, very frustrating, but it's just how life goes. It's just how life goes. And on Sunday, I was like, I didn't want to bother doing costume or anything, so I just wore like Lolita fashion, which is a Japanese street fashion, and I describe it as being kind of like inspired by like Victorian children's wear. It's kind of like an amalgamation between like some of the prettier aspects of Western European fashion and like how do I put this? It's got like a lot of Japanese cultural influences too, and it's really a beautiful combination of clothes, like of styles. It's beautiful clothing. I absolutely love it. I find it comfortable and cute. But the thing is, it's like, I always am like, it's such special occasion clothing that I always like, I'm afraid to wear it, because it's like, I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to get stains on it. I don't want to have to wash it too much. So like, I was glad to have an opportunity to just finally like wear my Lolita fashion again. It was so lovely. I have this beautiful, like, it's like this pink and yellow dress that I got in like a Lucky Pack or something at one point that I just absolutely love. So I wore that. And then I went with like a flower crown in my hair, and the shoe choice was not the best. Like, I love the brown shoes that I wore, but they were just, by the end of the day, I was like having trouble like balancing upright and taking normal speed of steps in them, just because my feet were so like sore, and I don't usually wear heels, so like I was not used to those. Oh, and I bought like quite a few things at the convention that I'm just super excited about and want to talk about. So first of all, I got these cute little hairpins, and I love hair accessories and stuff that I can just add to buns and stuff. Oh, and then I got this this pair of like orange hair clips that I love these. I love this style of hair clip because they're wonderful for keeping, if I ever want like the front section of my hair just like back, if I'm doing something like, I don't know, eating and I don't want hair in my mouth, I love this style of hair clip because I do have like the shorter hairs at the front. Like, this keeps this back quite conveniently and easy. It's easy to take like up and down, so I love these. Oh my gosh, the thing that I am solely the most excited about, and I'm just trying not to fangirl too much. It is an Akura sticker and an Akura pin. It says Neopets Skin, and I love it. 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 Neopets is like my favorite thing, like ever. Like ever. Oh my gosh. I have been playing Neopets like off and on since I was like 8 years old, and I love this site. Like, literally, I brought my Neopets backpack to the convention just because I needed something big enough to carry my hunting earmuffs, and my little strawberry bag is not big enough for the hunting earmuffs. So I wore the Neopets bag, and like, so when I saw the booth that was like selling these, I made sure to show them my bag. And like, I was just so excited because I like never see Neopets merch like anywhere unless it's through like Neopets officially, and then it's like usually I have to get that online. Like I never see like Neopets merch in person, and so this just made me like so fangirl, like fangirl so freaking much. I love Neopets. I love it. I absolutely love it. So yeah, I was just happy to see Neopets merch finally for the first time like ever in person at a convention, and I just it made me so happy. I'm like internally screaming with joy right now. It is just made my entire month. Oh, and then I saw this cute like little notepad, and I think I might end up giving this to like my mom for Christmas, because she likes having like paper notepads to write notes down on and stuff. That's something that she still does, even though I know a lot of us in the modern era prefer to just write things down electronically. She still like uses paper a lot, so I got this, I think probably for her. And then, oh my gosh, so for my sister, we were looking at like this I think vendor who was mostly doing like import stuff, and they had these cute, like they had a lot of cute clothes, including like sweaters with strawberries on them, but the sizing, how do I put this? A lot of the sizing, it looked like it was like Chinese sizing, because the country of origin on it, like it looked like, if I remember correctly, those were the symbol for China. It was like middle and then country. So I think it was from China. And then like, I just know that I sometimes don't even fit like 2XL in Chinese sizing. And so I think we were a little bit concerned about like, okay, is the clothing actually gonna fit? So, but I know she was looking at some of the sweaters with strawberries on them. So instead, I got her this. This is a strawberry bag, because this way I know for sure it's not going to be an issue with sizing at all. Like this should still be doable for her. And like I remember one time she wanted to borrow this, but like my strawberry bag, and it was like, no, I need this. So I'm like, I think she'll be happy having a strawberry bag of her own. So yeah, I'm super excited about this. I think I'm going to give this to her probably for Christmas. So yeah, I had a wonderful time. I honestly didn't take very many pictures when I was at the convention itself, because I was very much so just like in the moment, enjoying enjoying the convention. Oh, one thing that I really enjoyed though, like there was a panel where it was like kind of like a voice acting competition, where they just pulled people up from the audience and had them like try and read like different prompts, do voice acting of different prompts, and then we'd clap for whoever we liked the most, and slowly people were eliminated. Like that was a panel that was just so much fun to watch. Like I think that was one that I mostly was just there because my sister was wanting to see that one, but I love that so much. That was so much fun. I loved that. That was just fun. Like I don't know, I just had a fun time. And I'm sorry, yeah, I didn't really take many pictures of the convention.
Oh, I did find a Jane Austen cosplayer, and I asked her for some photos. She was dressed as Jane Austen from Good Omens. Here's a photo of her posing with an Aziraphale cosplayer. I've obscured both of their faces for privacy.
But yeah, I am completely like exhausted right now, to be fair. But I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you're having a lovely week, whatever time of day it is where you're at. Bye!